These dark days call for crimson nights, so when the sun sets, the crimson moon rises.
Hey again, Crimson Knights, welcome back. It's been so long since I've seen you. Just kidding. It's been less than 5 minutes. We just finished up Dark Deception in stream number 1 of the evening. Thanks to Jeremiah, who sponsored the game and the streams. Now, we're starting up a new stream for the second half of the evening. You guys voted for Final Fantasy XIV, so here we are. We're going to do some Final Fantasy XIV, Crimson Knights. We're going to continue with the main story quest. We'll see if we can finish up the end of the patches before the first DLC, the first expansion, Heavensward. I don't know if we have enough time, but we'll see how far we can get. Wood said, what's the poll for? All right, so the poll that we now have in the chat, again, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch, either way, is which series should I continue reading? So today, I just finished up the, oh, Woods, did I not say you? Dark Deception was sponsored by Zachary Woods. Thank you to Zachary Woods for sponsoring the game. If I said otherwise, I apologize. But Woods asked what the poll is for. So today, I've been reading this book for like a year, I swear. Jeremiah sponsored Poppy Playtime. Woods sponsored Dark Deception, which we finished tonight. But thank you to Woods. Took me like a year, but I finally finished The Way of Kings, the first book in the Stormlight Archives opening trilogy. And a couple months ago, I finished Mistborn, the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. So the poll is, which series should I continue reading with? Should I continue reading Mistborn trilogy? The next book is called The Well of Ascension. That's book 2. Or should I continue reading the Stormlight Archive trilogy? These books are long, man. Which is called Words of Radiance. Book 2 is Words of Radiance. Both series are by Brandon Sanderson. I'm enjoying them both a lot. I'm asking you guys to help me decide which series I should continue reading. So you can do !vote space
read this message,
mist.
Crimson.
!vote space mist, or !vote space storm for the Mistborn or the Stormlight Archives, respectively. Vote in the chat on YouTube and on Twitch. Let me know which series you think that I should continue reading with. See a couple votes already for Storm. I'd be good either way, so I'm honestly gonna let you guys decide. I also have some polls going on Twitter, X, and on Threads. If you're on either of those social media platforms, you can vote there as well. We'll see what the total numbers come out to. Welcome back, Sabi Saji. How's it going, man? Wood said Dark Deception has a book called Malik Archives. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Sabi sent something for me to react to. The Malik Archives, House of Mischief. It's a $10 book. Oh my gosh. You could get like the whole game for that. Sabi, these clips that you send, man, they're too long. You send me like 5-minute clips. 2 minutes would be too long. All right, here's what Sabi sent me.
Yo, hello, it is me, Sabi. And hello, Crimson. Do you know why I share most of the time?
Serious Sam Fusion.
Stuff? Because, listen, of course, listen. Campaign, story mode, survival mode, arcade mode, story mode. Here you can see these are all the vanilla original levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two are the DLCs containing 3 levels each. So total is 48 levels. In here, these are all the campaigns, edited, enhanced, graphically, more enhanced type. So more graphics, more content, and most of all, more enemies. I mean, why not? This is Serious Sam, of course. And
This is serious.
Real fun. The other modded campaigns. Here you can see.
Welcome back, Jeremiah. How's it going?
1 or 2 levels. Each of the level takes like 10 to 3 or 4 hours to complete. Yes, you heard it right. 3-4 hours. This is the campaign right here. You reacted to it a few days ago. This I said 50.
How do they take that long? Like, do you literally just spend 3 or 4 hours in some little arena just killing people for?
42
Or does it have any kind of progression, like moving through the level or anything?
And this is a little bit short level, 1 hour 25 minutes. These are all the other campaigns.
Like, how do you spend that long in these little levels?
This section has 17 levels. Each level is 20 to 1 hour each, and other type of levels: Herzl mapping, Egyptian swamp, Skyland, Canis Majoris, and many of their other mods: Sunrise, Urban Human, Unknown Egypt, Christmas, of course, Christmas.
I have to say, Sabusachi, I feel like your English is getting really good, huh?
Of course, this is a demo from the mod, which
that's impressive, man. Hats off to you for doing so well learning English.
To the mod author.
I don't know any languages other than English, really.
This is the most.
I don't know any languages that well.
Each level is 2 to 4 hours. Each level, yes, I'm not joking.
So how long is this total game? Like, it's got to be so long.
To complete. This took me 2 hours 10 minutes. The last level took me 4 hours 45 minutes.
Jeez,
yes,
man.
4 hours, one level. I couldn't believe myself when I first played this game.
Can you save and quit in the middle of a level? Or do you have to beat it all in one sitting?
Campaigns like 432, that means other episodes. So if you see, these are all the levels completed.
752 hours? 100% completion is 2,002 hours? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I would never be able to do that.
Of course, this is My Little Pony, why not?
That's like a year's worth of gaming for me.
And this is the campaign from Blade Runner. Also, wait a minute, I think Oh gosh, I think I lost it. Is it here or... Hold on. There you go.
It does have
Here
auto
is
saves and
Duke.
quick saves. All right.
This is
That's
Duke
good at
Nukem.
least. Bree, how's it going, Bree? Good to see you.
When you think this couldn't get crazy, this absolutely gets crazy. Of course, this is all that much. Survival, each level is of course wild. So this is all I have to say. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye.
I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Yo, hello, it is me.
All right, thanks for sharing, Sabi. All right, Crimson Knights. So you guys voted that we would play some Final Fantasy XIV for the second part of tonight's stream. We've got a little bit of time, hour and a half or so, probably. So let's do it. Oh yeah, I got this new little pet. The Great White Suki Chobo or something. It is a part of the seasonal event that's actually happening right now. Sukinoko. The Great White Sukinoko. It's basically a little mochi snowman type of creature. All right. So what we're going to do, Crimson Knights, we're going to go over here, and we're going to continue with the main storyline. So let's get over here. No game sounds? Oh, shoot. We're still having to do some stuff to switch over to a single PC stream. Alright, but... do like this. Hopefully that's good. Let me know how the sound is, Crimson Knights. Yeah, so... this is an online MMO. I mean, there's a lot of NPCs, but... pretty much a lot of the people that you see run around like this person are real people. So there's a lot of real people, thousands of real people playing this game. There's a bunch of different servers. This is a bard, like archer type of character. It's my highest one. I'm level 63. I've got a level 63 bard. My next highest, I've got a paladin at level 38. And then off stream recently, I've been working on a Lancer. So I've been getting my Lancer up. I also spent a lot of time off stream getting up my different crafting ones. So I have a 55 culinarian, like a chef, 45 blacksmith, 30 armor, 24 carpenter, 23 miner, fisherman, 51. I like fishing a lot in this game. Bree said, doing good, just been putting stickers in my reusable sticker book that my boyfriend got me for Christmas. And he also got me 2 pins that I can put on my bag. What kind of stickers, Bree? Reusable sticker book. So, like, do the stickers come back off or what? Sabi says that he loves the graphics. They're balanced, not too much, not too low. I feel like they could update the graphics more. I feel like the graphics could be better. Like they could just add higher detail, higher graphics. Like, look at this. I mean, I don't know. Like, imagine if they put this game into, you know, Unreal Engine or something like that. You could have really nice graphics, and I think it would add a lot to just the immersive feeling of the game. But it's fine. I mean, it has its own charm to it. But I wouldn't mind if they'd level the graphics up at some point, especially because this is a subscription-based game. Like, you pay $15 a month to play. You have to buy each expansion for like $50. So, and then there's a bunch of microtransactions, of course. So they get decent money for this game. I wouldn't mind seeing a graphical upgrade at some point. All right, let's talk to Ilberd. Chasing Ivy. Ilberd is convinced that he's discovered the Ivy's identity and is preparing to move against the Garlean spy. Listen well. The spy we've been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Aline Royale. Robon's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with the polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she's the highest-ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Robon chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they served the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. 'Twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monetarists? But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She's up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Royale's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Quest accepted. Sabi noted that this game won many community support awards and game awards in previous years. Yeah, I mean, this game had a terrible launch. So bad that they actually had to completely reboot the entire game and kind of rebuild it from the ground up. But yeah, on the other hand, rather than just let the game die or not respond to player feedback, they had a drastic, like, apocalyptic response to the community and have since turned this into a game that thousands and thousands of people are paying to play every month. Very much loved. In fact, the reason that I got back into this game, because I played it when it first launched, and I was like, this is not good. I didn't enjoy it. Never came back to it. Didn't realize they improved it until Citrian, of all people, told me to come back to the game. And he was right. The game is so much better. And I love it. I love Final Fantasy. I love the MMO. It's a lot of fun. So glad that there's a great Final Fantasy MMO to be playing, because I played Final Fantasy XI online back in the day growing up, in high school especially. Had a lot of fun with that, so it's good to have a new one to be playing. Bree said the book has release paper in it, so you can take the stickers on and off as much as you want, and helps with people who have a lot of stickers like I do, but don't know where to put them. That's cool. I have to look that up. Release paper sticker book. Can't see this guy. All right. Ilberd. Royal. Ruai. I think it's Ruai. Ruai is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. Okay. It's going to the Blue Badger Gate! This game has right now 19,000 players playing right now, and a 25,793 player 24-hour peak. Yeah, I think that's, I mean, that's pretty good, right? Every single one of those people is paying at least $15 a month to play this game. That's pretty solid for them. So, Roai has entered the Carline Canopy. Meeting someone perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. FME is her name. I shall remain here in case Roai reappears. Yeah, this game's $15 a month. So it's not cheap to play this game. One nice thing is, I mean, you can pause your subscription. So you can kind of, if you're not really playing the game, you can pause your subscription. You won't lose all your stuff or anything like that. And then you can reactivate it, you know, whenever you're ready to come back. So, like, for instance, if you're playing a lot because a new DLC came out, then you beat the whole DLC and you're kind of done with it again, you could pause your membership and, you know, come back to it for the next DLC or something like that. CrimsonMune, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Then where the heck did she go? She done disappeared, my boy. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She'd not come back out either. Where in the seven hell could she have gone? The Roost, how could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoy tunic? A cup a day imbue tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Sabi would like that, I bet. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but though these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Roai would have disappeared without a trace. Alright, what do I need here? I mean, I can't really wear this on this character, so... I don't know. We'll still get this. I don't know. The Auroral Tabard. Sabi said, Crimson, between Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, and Netflix, which is more costly and expensive in the US? That's a good question. I don't know the current pricing, actually. I mean, Disney Plus you have to pay annually, so you got to pay like $150 a year or something like that for Disney Plus. But that comes out to like, you know, $12 a month. Netflix, I think, is now like $20 a month or something like that. Amazon Prime is pretty cheap, so I think Netflix is probably the most expensive. Then Amazon Prime and Disney Plus might be about the same. But Amazon Prime, I mean, the Amazon Prime TV channel is basically just a tack on to Amazon Prime for getting free shipping. So it's like, get free shipping on Amazon, and then you also can just get like a bunch of shows included as well. You know what I mean? But you guys know I love Disney Plus. Great value. I love Disney Plus. Ilbert is eager to resume the pursuit of Aline Roai in flagrant delicto. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Roai's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Your browser crashed when I said Amazon Prime. Maddie, how are you doing, Maddie? She said, Ashley, Cameron, Lexi, Rojas all has school today, but hell, Lily's sisters are going back. Lily's sisters are going back too? My kids have off school tomorrow already in anticipation of the snow. We'll see what actually happens. 50-50 chance. I'd say 75% chance that I have to go to work. 25% chance they let us out. We have some big meetings tomorrow, so the bosses really don't want to cancel. They want us to come in so they don't have to reschedule the big meetings. But how are you, Maddie? How was your weekend? This way, my friends, Yugiri says. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Roai is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You're no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we've installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we've made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Roai would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Thanalin without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. This place is home to many of your kind, and the arrival of one more Elezen is not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Roai in the act. Sabi said the graphics remind you of childhood, an old era when you started playing games, which makes it hit home. The Illbird looks like a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth type of character, but in a Final 14 kind of way. Final Fantasy 14 kind of way.
Welcome to the Crimson Knights.
Hey Tatsuki, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the Crimson Knights. Hope you enjoyed this stream of Final Fantasy 14. Hanging out for a little while playing this, but thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Crimson Knights. Appreciate you. I'm assuming you're a Final Fantasy 14 fan, Tatsuki? Yugiri says, my people report that our quarries departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the Gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Man, we're really just going all over the place for this mission, aren't we? I don't know why you can't fly. This is the only Final Fantasy game I know of where you can fly. Where you can fly your chocobos. I don't know of any single-player Final Fantasy game where you could ever do that. They run around, but they never flow, you know? Just beyond, Roai is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me! Flame Marshal Aline Roai, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. Dubious adventurer, you were followed, you bloody fool. Yeah, you think you're just gonna run away? Latrice, welcome back. How's it going, Latrice? Damnation. Uh-oh. Looks like we're surrounded by... Oh, wait, no. She's surrounded by assassins. Our assassins. Okay, she doesn't seem good. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you're welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the 12's wood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. She seems pretty guilty to me, Crimson Knights. Maddie said, I forgot to take off work, so I'm at work and it's been all right. Oh man, what? How long you gotta stay at work, Maddie? I hope you don't get snowed in. You giddy. Even a warrior of Roai's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it's to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap when the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Crimson? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum? Then I dare say you're eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Alright, now we gotta go back and speak with Minfilia at Revenant's Toll. Back we go. Maddie's working till midnight! Well, I don't think it's even actually supposed to start snowing around here till like 5 a.m., so you should be fine. But that is late night. Latrese said, I know midnights have gotta suck because who wants to stay up all night working? Dude, in college, one of my college jobs, I was a van driver, like a shuttle service van driver for the college. And my shift started at 10 p.m., I think. And I went till like 2 or 3 a.m. I think 2 a.m. But like, I basically wouldn't get home till like 3 a.m. Those were some interesting nights, to say the least. Latrese said, if I want to stay up all night, I want to have fun! Yeah. I miss back in the day just like staying up literally all night, you know, playing video games. I had a Game Boy. I would be like in bed playing Pokemon on my Game Boy all night in the dark, basically. Those were fun times, man. Welcome back, Crimson. I understand that Alphino had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Aline Roai? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I'm pleased to report that we've made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Only 1,410,000 XP until level 64. 1,400,000! A simple plan. Minfilia has never been one to hesitate when it comes to asking others for aid. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from the House of Fortamp caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet, and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we've been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we've concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution, which is why we called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Charlayan. She should be arriving within an hour, in fact. Since you're here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I'm certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Sabi said, we say damn, but is the full word damnation? I mean, no one says that. No one says that. Everyone just says damn. Also, you can damn someone, but then there's like damnation, which is like a state of being. So it's kind of like different forms of the word. But no one really says that in most cases, so... Maddie said 3 hours ago, breaking, a state of emergency has been declared in New Jersey, effective tonight for 7 counties due to a heavy snowstorm moving into the area. Well, be careful, Maddie. Are you driving a truck or what are you driving? You got 4-wheel drive? Genius is one word that you could choose, Sabi. That's one potential word. Crimson Knights, if you haven't already, make sure to vote on the poll in the chat. Whether I should continue reading the Mistborn series or continue reading the Stormlight Archives. Help me decide which book series I should read. I've read the first book in both series. I gotta decide which series to read first. Vote in the chat. Let me know. Man, my throat is getting dry. We need some voice acting up in here. Why do I gotta read what everyone's saying, man? Sabi, by the way, where are you gonna... Where are you posting this series that you're writing? Where is it gonna be?
Minfilia, am I right?
Maddie, why is that a weird question? I want to make sure you got a good vehicle to get home safely in the snow. She said, I've never drove anything besides a truck in my life. I just have this little car. I've got a little Ford Fusion. It is not good in snow or even rain, to be honest. It's... I really want to get a... What I would love to get, I need a bigger vehicle for the family with the Crimson dog, because he's a big dog too. For us to like take a trip as a full family with our dog and like packing a bunch of stuff, we need a little bit bigger vehicle. Because we also have a Nissan Rogue, but that's basically like a small it's kind of a crossover type of vehicle. I want like a Chevy Tahoe. So I'd like to have our crossover that's like small, mid-size, and then the Tahoe that's like bigger. Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
There we go. We're getting some voice acting now. This lady is super tall.
Ever say no to Urianger?
Look how tall she is, man. She's looking down at Minfilia.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar. And
Her
an
name is
authority on
Moonbreeder.
ether energies.
I like that. A fellow moon. Spelled differently again. M-O-E-N. Moon. Moonbreeder.
She has played an invaluable role in our search for
Moonbreeder.
means to capture
Moonbreeder.
Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Oh, okay, Maddie. You're not in one of the counties that has the state of emergency. Sabi said that he created a new channel in Discord. That's where the series is going to be. Oh, okay. I'll check that out then. Moonbreeder. Oh, man. Bree says, I really like Pikachu, but I also really like Sylveon, one of my favorite fairy-type Pokemon. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss.
it's been ages.
Oh,
I feel like they're
yonder,
talking to me
sister.
when they're saying moon.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Are you though?
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Okay, there we go, Papalimo.
Everyone,
Gotta
if I
take a
could have your
screenshot with
attention.
my moon buddy.
We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
White auracite.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Bear hug!
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
Unhand me! She lifted him up off the ground. So yeah, she can
All
lift
this
Mike
way,
Tyson
and
like a
that's what you
Pikachu.
have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Wow.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it then, your missing Aetherite?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
Night, Jeremiah. Thanks for hanging out tonight, my friend. Hope you enjoyed the dual streams. Hope you can join us tomorrow night for Sabi's newest series. We'll be doing a reading stream, Sub Night with Sabi.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate.
Good night to you as well, Latrice. Thanks for hanging out, and same message to you. Tomorrow night we'll be reading Sabi's new series for a sub night tomorrow, so I hope that you can join, but thanks for hanging out tonight, Latrice. Maddie said, happy last NFL game of the regular season. Looks like Gibbs is having a career night. I don't know how many touchdowns dude has tonight, but it seems like he's got like 3. Lions absolutely dominating the Vikings right now. I'm excited for the playoffs, man. I really hope, man, I want the Ravens to get a Super Bowl, man. I want them to get a Super Bowl so badly. I hope we can do it, but we'll see. I feel like we're playing really well right now, so we're peaking at a good time. We've been playing really well. We'll see. My Eagles are also in the playoffs, so hey man, we got a shot. Eagles and Ravens. An Eagles-Ravens Super Bowl would be awesome. But there's some other teams that I'd love to see win as well. What I don't want to see, what I absolutely do not want to see, is a Chiefs Super Bowl. I don't want to see the Chiefs even in the Super Bowl. I would love to see the Chiefs get knocked out in the first game. I would love that.
However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal.
Maddie, your husband's at the game, huh? Oh man, and dude's got 4 TDs. Yeah, that's a great night. Absolutely dominating the Vikings. I like the Lions and the Vikings, though. That's a good game. That's a good game. Wish it was a little more competitive. But it is what it is.
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Alright, 50-50 chance we die.
Though it risk the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
That's not a simple plan. This is not a simple plan. instruments of our deliverance. A plan's been devised and Minfilia would have it carried out without further delay. I've already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Monbrita described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done on our behalf, Crimson, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Oh, I'm glad that you feel like I'll come back while you stay here in the comfort of your study. Sabi said, raid a roast? Oh, absolutely, dear. Just the other day, I saw a reflection in a puddle that gave me the same energy. Shallow, fleeting, desperately trying to stay relevant. What? I feel like there's potential there. But the, desperately trying to stay relevant, I don't know. Speak with Alphino at Snowcloak. Alright, so we gotta go to Querthus. Oh my gosh. There's no easy way to get over here. Alright, we just gotta go to Dragonhead and then fly all the way down there. Darling, I wouldn't even waste a bite on you. You're like a broken app, constantly crashing, full of bugs, and no one's bothered to uninstall you. My circuits are too sophisticated for that kind of disaster. That is a very nerdy roast, I'll say that, Sabi. That's a pretty nerdy one. Mike, happy New Year to you as well. Happy 2025, my friend. How's it going? How's your year going so far, Mike? We just finished Dark Deception earlier. So now we're doing a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV to end out this night. Bree feels like that was a pretty harsh roast. Good to see you, Crimson. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilberd sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Aline Roai in Ul'dah even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. This thing is, like, held together with glue and duct tape. Do I get to put energy into it? No, I just watch. There, it's ready. Ha! It worked, I think. try tuning to the ether right now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Will do. I think that's the right tune. We have done all we can, Crimson. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we've created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Sabi said, honey, if Tom Holland and a potato had a baby, that's what we'd be looking at. You're more homegrown internet meme than Heartbite. Sabi, are you making these up? Like, where are these coming from, dude? I feel like your roasts are kind of complicated, honestly. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, you'll have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbreeda's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Sir Aymeric regrets that he cannot be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ahem. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. CrimsonMune, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Helone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Amphitheater hard. Confront Shiva in the Ak-Afa Amphitheater hard. Okay. Sabi says, Reddit and meme combined. Wait. Did we miss you hitting 400 hours? Maddie is in second place total watch time on YouTube and rapidly closing in on that #1 spot for YouTube watch time. Sabi, meanwhile, is absolutely holding it down over on Twitch with 931 total hours. But hold on. We'll give Maddie 200 moon rocks for 400 plus watch hours on the channel. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us, the Crimson Knights, on this channel, Maddie. Really appreciate you, and hope that you know that we really love you. Thanks for spending so much time here, Maddie. Also, Mike said, I'm good, trying to burn all the excess holiday calories. Dude, I need to get back to the gym badly. Bree thinks that he's using AI to make these roasts. I think that's a pretty good guess. Alright, so I guess we go in here now? Enter Snowcloak with a party of NPCs. Enter the Ak-Afa Amphitheater hard with a party of other players. Alright, I guess we gotta do that, right? Ak-Afa Amphitheater hard. All right, so now we got to join up on this. This could take a couple minutes. Could be quick, could take a couple minutes. We'll see what happens. Sabi's closing in on 950 watch hours on the channel. How did we miss you passing 400, though? Did we miss that? You haven't checked your hours in over 2 weeks? All right. Because I remember us seeing that you were getting close. I remember... Because I thought I remember seeing, like, oh, next stream you should hit 400 hours. I remember saying that. I don't remember actually celebrating you hitting 400 hours. So I guess I should have had you check. I just forgot. So apologies for that, Maddie. But it's okay. We still acknowledged it at 405 hours. Sabi said, "Yo, Sabi, you're so fat. Even my arm blade couldn't cut through that much wasted space. I'd need a whole new set of chainsaws just to make a dent. Your mass is its own gravitational pull." Okay. Like I said, Sabi, these roasts, it's too much. You got too much going on, man. The roasts are, like, too complicated. The best roasts are gonna be simpler, shorter. More like, zing, you know? You're having me read, like, whole paragraphs. Alright, so right now, Crimson Knights, we are forming a party. You can see that right here. We're in the Duty Finder. And we're looking for two healers, 2 tanks, 3 other DPS. So we're looking for a large group of players to join up with us and be able to move this forward. Let me see. What were the instruments of our deliverance? Okay. After this, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 4 more quests after this to finish the Dreams of Ice patch. Oh, and then there's still 2 more patches before we get to Heavensward. So there's still a lot to go before getting to the Heavensward DLC. I misspoke a bit earlier. Maddie said, "I've not been on the channel 800 days yet. Only 784 days. It's kind of crazy, actually. It's such a long time. 784 days. I mean, you've been here 2 years. It's insane. Tell me I'm beautiful, Siri. Siri says, "Yeah, I've seen better. Even the mirror is tired of lying to you." Okay. It's a good roast. It's a solid roast. Now, I feel like what what's missing from that, though, so you've gotten it shorter, a little bit more zingier. That's good. But what you're missing now is there needs to be some kind of, like, cleverness to it, or, like... Like... I don't know. Like, it is a roast, but there's not like a cleverness to it. I'm trying to think of another word to describe what I'm trying to describe. Another word to describe what I'm trying to say. Like you say, even the mirror is tired of lying to you. Like, there is no mirror. It's just like, it's random instead of related. You know what I mean? So it's a solid roast, but it's like, it's random. All right, we got our full party, Crimson Knights. Here we go! I like that one a little better.
Never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace.
Oh, I forgot about her. Okay.
A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Uh-oh. Here we go, Crimson Knights. Here we go. Matt has said 13 to 15 days before college is back in session. Oh, dang. Wait, did she just become Shiva? Put some clothes on, Shiva! All right, here we go, Crimson Knights. Kill Shiva. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, I guess get outside of those blades. Oh, shoot. Okay, I could be in trouble here. Embrace the serenity. Up. And scatter them like dust in the wind. Dang! Alright, we just got deep freezed. What is this music? What is this music? Oh shoot, alright, we're supposed to get away from each other. I think we got her. Sounds like something that would be an intro or an outro for anime. $75 Allegan tombstones. I think everyone left. I was too quick to say GG's. That's funny. You excited to go back to college, Maddie? You excited for it to be back in session or what?
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
Iceheart.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of Light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander a mother's gift.
So, like, is she actually a good guy in some way, or what?
Hear, feel, think.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Sabi said the skies are so pretty. Yeah, right. They got like Aurora Borealis going out up there. By the 12th, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma's been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. Leah! Welcome, Leah. How's it going? We're doing well. We're enjoying some Final Fantasy XIV after beating Dark Deception tonight. How are you? How's your weekend been? How are you recovering so far from your surgery on Thursday? The road less traveled. Moonbrita remains unconvinced that you've not sustained a head injury. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. But before that, you had best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front. Speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure I'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Leah said that she's sore tonight. Really sore. Oh, man. Are you, like, staying off your foot or what? Trying to stay off of it? Got a crutch or anything? Or a boot? I would think you would need a crutch to stay off it completely. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Looks like I am being that kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have Crimson to thank. Yes, you're right, of course, Sir Aymeric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fortamp caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, and on an unrelated note, Crimson, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. Took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I'm told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. Alright, now we gotta go to Camp Dragonhead. So I think we should be able to finish this patch tonight. The Dreams of Ice patch, which will leave just 2 more patches before the Heavensward expansion. So, making pretty good progress. A little bit slow, stuttery, because we're not playing this consistently yet. But like I say, once we finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I really want to grind this game more. That's the goal. Hot chiffon. What were you thinking, Crimson? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning and complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Crimson, 'tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. But not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you're here now, and that's what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aymeric wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. At least Sabi's looking forward to me grinding this game after FF7. He's looking forward to it, at least. I'm looking forward to it. I have wanted to grind this game for such a long time, literally years. It's time. It's time for us to put time into this game, man. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Maddie said that going back to college is better than being stuck at work. Fair enough.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
This guy's armor is pretty darn cool, isn't it?
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Aymeric, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgardsormr could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am. Now, why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service.
Lucia.
Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind.
It's a pretty cool hairstyle she's got.
And of Eorzea at large. I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Okay, Harshafont. Eyes unclouded. For one with reason to celebrate, Alphino looks rather grim. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that this was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well, any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. but I speak unadvisedly. Come, Crimson. It's better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. Back to Revenant's Toll, Crimson Knights.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
Kurthis. I gotta remember that pronunciation.
Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds.
Seems like
it's
she
really no
was the
different from what
primal,
you faced
right?
before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think.
That was a weird little phrase, isn't it? Why are those her final words to us?
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
She did. She did.
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Quest completed. Leia said, I'm trying to redeem a sub-knight and it's telling me I don't have enough points. I thought I had a lot of points. Let's see. I guess... Leah redeemed a sub-knight. She redeemed a sub-knight on October 11th, 2024, which was less than 3 months ago. So it could be... I can't remember the cooldown that I have on that item. User cooldown. I have it set to 7776000 divided by 60 seconds. Divided by 60 minutes. Divided by 24 hours. Yeah. So you can redeem a sub-knight every 3 months. Right now, it's set that you can redeem a sub-knight every 3 months. So if you redeemed it less than 90 days ago, it will not let you redeem it again. Even if you have enough points, it won't let you redeem it again until you hit 90 days. And that's to try to slow down how often people can redeem these sub-knights, because, like, for instance, I'm spending the entire first week of January is pretty much sub-knights. Like, almost half of the streams that I'll do in January can end up being sub-knights. And that's with a 90-day, like, cooldown. I have been thinking about it, though. I've been thinking about potentially making sub-knights just a lot more expensive and maybe reducing the time, but making them more expensive. I think the reason that I currently have it cheaper is so that more different people could redeem sub-knights, so it's not just the same people redeeming sub-knights all the time. But then I put the... Yeah, so I put the timer in so that even though it's cheaper, it makes it more accessible to people, but that way you don't have someone just constantly redeeming sub-knights. You know what I mean? A lot of things to think about with the store economy. Trust me, I do think about it a lot. But basically, Leah, with the 90-day cooldown, you'd have to wait another week. One more week, and then you can redeem another sub-knight. The reason Roal Minfilia would discuss how best Minfilia would discuss how best to proceed in light of recent developments. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard Zormer. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? The commotion outside? Would you see if aught is amiss? Crimson, 'tis well that you're on hand. We have a problem. Roai has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She'd been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Roi quitting the city via the Gate of Nuld with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum. I'm certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Roi's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. The reason Roi. To Camp Blue Fog we go, Crimson Knights. Ilbert! Where is she? My thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Roi walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Roi must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. Wait, am I going the right? No, that's not it. The ultimate ballad. Oh no, okay. The reason Roi is out here. Okay, okay. Duty calls. Commence battle for the reason Roi. It's sinking me to level 50 for this. This wretch was with Roi. He threw himself at us with his mistress that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the goddamn harpy. Pfft. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Oh, looks like she's speared up now. With her Harry Potter glasses. Defeat Aline Roi and her Imperial allies. Cohort Centurion. Enemy reinforcements. Look sharp, men. Here's Aline the Razor. Alright, well, let's just keep hitting her. What? I can't move. The Death Claw. More reinforcements? They really aren't paying me enough. All right, here's the 7th cohort Colossus. We gotta kill this guy, the Aquilifer. Getting all that healing. We're not letting them get that. Alright, time... Sheesh. Alright. It's time to just kill her, Crimson Knights. We gotta kill her. This is taking too long here. She dead? She not dying here? Alright, seems like we gotta kill everybody, I guess. Duty complete. All right, we did it. Maddie gave the midnight alarm. Thank you, Maddie. I think we're really close to wrapping up this patch, so we're just gonna finish this patch before we end stream. Gasp, pant, binder, and do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People look up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it's your God's given right to rule over others? You know naught of our plight, the injustice that we lowbornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we're not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It's no fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I join the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person to have ever suffered. In case you've forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we are both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it's that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice, and the people whose trust you've dragged through the gutter. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we've chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business.
This is Teleji and Adeleji.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
quest complete. Let us cling together. Alphino would ask another favor of you. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we've completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. Thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. I'm aware that the antecedent held Roi in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Maddie said, I feel like I'm gonna have to save up my rune rocks to get a sound alert for it. You could. You could do that. Only a few people currently have sound alerts, custom sound alerts in the store. Still one of the most valuable things you can get using moon rocks.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Ryu was the Garlean agent.
Ryu?
I know not what to say.
That's how you pronounce that?
Together with Robon, Aline lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
Welcome back, Sabi. Said Crimson's so dedicated he would stream all night, mark my words. Trust me, I would love to. But currently, I do have work in the morning. Supposed to snow. We'll see if I get a snow day, but I currently do not have a snow day, though my kids do. So I gotta go to bed, wake up, possibly go to work. Probably go to work.
By now,
as
I'm
usual,
sure you're all familiar with white auricite, the miraculous material that will allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auricite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
5-star vibes, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. How's your weekend been?
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light. A weapon which took the form of a Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, It would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether.
A blade of ether!
That which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auricite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
Vibe said, do you remember how I was telling you that my monitor cracked? Yeah, you said you cracked it when you brought it over Grant's house or something, right? Is it fixed? Are you able to fix it, or is it just dead?
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the auricite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
This is like sexual harassment.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement. But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God.
Vibe said, yeah, so basically my mom got me a new monitor because it was broken completely. There was a crack and it came in today. But this lady brought it to me and I opened the door because I was super excited. I didn't hear her and she was telling me to shut the door and stuff. And she was like, God damn, why don't kids ever listen? You have a video of that, huh? Yeah, you could post that. You could post that in the Discord, TJ. I mean, Vibes. No, that's fine. You can post the video.
We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Also, Vibes, I know that I need to give you some experience in Discord because you redeemed it using Moonrock. So I didn't forget, I just didn't do it yet. I will do that, so you'll get leveled up in Discord. So they're explaining to Raban that his second in command...
Calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
I do not understand how that's pronounced Ryu.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald.
Vibes, you can just post it in general. That's fine.
But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Voris Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle
Read this
remains
message,
unclear
Crimson.
to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters.
I'll read it in a moment, Vibes. I'm assuming it's the video link, so I'll take a look in a minute.
Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return. Who
He is not happy.
Power,
Look at that face.
While the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished. One day I will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it.
Oh, look at the stuffies on that bed. Chocobo and a Boogle.
I shall have no further need of you this time.
Nanamo ul namo.
Your Grace.
Lady in waiting. So many cutscenes, huh?
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
Isn't she literally like a queen? I don't think she's elected.
To move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people.
So she's gonna actually step down. Okay.
For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
She's gonna step down and let there be an election or
Grace,
something.
Are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
They're not going to be your subjects for long if you step down. Achievement unlocked. Dreams of Ice completed, Crimson Knights. We did it. All right, so TJ just posted a video that he wants us to react to real quick.
Please go away. Please shut your door. Please shut your door. Please shut your door. God damn, people, why don't kids ever listen these days? The hell?
What the heck? That is so rude. You're literally opening your door to get a package and she's like yelling at you. That is so dumb. I'm sorry that happened. That's really dumb. At least you didn't throw your, you know, throw your package and break it again. All right, Crimson Knights. Looks like 2 people voted, and they voted for the Stormlight Archives. So that might be what I end up reading. Committing to the Stormlight Archives. Thank you so much for joining the stream. We beat Dark Deception tonight, and then finish the Dreams of Ice patch in Final Fantasy XIV Online. So that was a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, we are going to be checking out Sabi's newest series in a sub-night that he redeemed. We'll be reading through his new series. Let's see. It says... Yep. Crimson Knights, the Overlord of Moon, is the new channel that he made. So we'll be reading through that. Leah, you guys already got some snow, huh? Okay, I guess that makes sense. We're supposed to get snow like starting at like 5 a.m. or something like that, so we'll see what happens. Vibe said, when can we schedule your sub night? Vibes, I have your sub night scheduled. It's already a stream that's posted. Not this Friday, but next Friday, I think it is. Yeah, next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. If that works for you. Otherwise, we can look at a different night. But that's what I've got in terms of scheduling your stream. So I've got Angel sub night this Thursday because I'm not going to be streaming this Friday. I have a work event. And then next Friday, we can stream Vibes' sub night, GTA Online. Simon said, Crimson, wait, I have something to share. Tomorrow's stream is reading and meme reaction. So after reading, can you react to memes? Sure. I mean, I don't know how long the reading portion is, so. You know, we'll do like a normal length of a stream. But if, you know, your previous things that you've written have been like many streams long, so I don't know how long this particular writing is that you've done. We'll see how far we get, or if we want to stop at some point and just do memes instead, so. But yeah, you're sub night dudes, so we can do what you want. Within reason. But Crimson Knights, thanks so much for joining the stream. Have a great night. Stay safe if you're getting snow. Be safe out there. And I'll see you tomorrow night for another sub night. Till then, Crimson Knights.